From the lush green lands to the cascading waterfalls, wonders of the world, the oldest habitat of territories on earth, a rich cultural heritage, a continent of 1.1 billion people, second largest and most populous, a continent pregnant with possibilities, home to 30% of Earth's mineral resources, 50% of its people under 25 years. Africa, the land of the great. Our spirit resilient. Our enterprise profitable. Our future inspiring. Africa is inspiring. Be inspired.
Why not we have a shift in focus from the male child and also begin to consider the girl child? Why don't we look at approach that will cause the girl child to rise to that level where they are not asking for 35% affirmative action of government, but they are competing favorably for the leadership position, the highest leadership position in Africa. This is the vision we see. We need to change our mentality. Most of our actions are born out of tradition that the girl child is not important. He who created them from the beginning made them one and equal. Therefore, how did we get this ideology that the male counterpart is better than the female counterpart? We must begin to change our ideology if we desire an equal and a balanced development in all sectors. Coming back to another importance, one point that is also key is that the girl child, when fully educated, can complement what her husband does in provision of basic needs in the family. We have had situations where a man dies and the wife, because she's not educated and finds it so hard to be able to make her ends meet or the needs of her immediate family. So we must look at these things. This situation has eaten deep into the fabric of Africa. We give girls into marriage at very tender age of 11 in the name of we do not want them to be promiscuous, among other things. But we fail to understand that at that time, they are supposed to be learning. They're supposed to be carving a future that will be important not just to them or to their immediate family, but even to society at large. Therefore, it is important, it is relevant that we do not neglect this. We must look all out. Government at all levels, local governments, community leaders, federal government, state governments, and even the African Union must all come together to begin to implement policies and programs that can aid the girl child to be educated. Now, remember, this education must not necessarily be a formal form of education. We've looked at education in the form of skill acquisition. Whatsoever will cause these ones to be empowered to create wealth for themselves is welcomed. In conclusion, Africa cannot continue to allow itself to be tangled in the scourge and the chains of poverty. We blame a lot on our leaders, but we must begin to look deeply and inward. Can the man do it all? The answer is no. All hands must be on deck, because together we can all make a difference. And if we begin to treat the girl child and her education as important and as relevant as we ought to, then in due course, we will not just be putting food at the tables, but we will be meeting the sustainable development goals of eradicating poverty entirely from the African continent, eradicating hunger. People will no longer have to go to bed hungry. We would be looking at a situation, a country, a society where the woman is empowered sufficiently to compete favorably with the male counterparts for leadership positions, for government, and for every field of job out there that is available. Gender equality will be achieved. And then our country, our society, and Africa at large will begin to see what sustainable development really means. Thank you.